I'm here with Susan Gunner, recent graduate of the Life Accelerator. Susan, tell us about you. Where are you from? What do you do?
Thank you for having me, Brian.
My pleasure.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm from London. Originally, parents are from Turkey. I grew up in London. I worked, and basically, I do go back, but not so often anymore. As a kid, we did go back a lot, but now I've kind of taken a different path in life. Just trying to find the where I am in this journey. So, and it started 2014 when I discovered you guys on YouTube. From there, I started watching it every day, kind of thing. Became addicted to it, and I started following all your guests, because then once I met them on your channel, I would follow them separately. Then last December, came to your focus group, and I decided I want to be part of the family. That's the journey started, really. Then I signed up for the website and academy, got the emails for the Life Accelerator, and it couldn't be any other time to start a new journey. So Life Accelerator course started, it was a kickstart to the year, actually. And I knew I had to be different, and I had to do things differently this year. And I knew this was my chance, and I just went for it.
Why did you know you had to do things differently this year?
Came to a point in my life, I was just tired, drained, suffered from the victim mode, suffered as a victim, thinking that I was a victim all my life. And it started taking a toll. I was completely lost, no focus. I stopped working. I gave up my profession, and I tried another sector, and it didn't go well. So there was no success. There was nothing to celebrate. And I had two young boys that I had to think of. And it was either like now or never. And I had to really change things. Before that, for like 10 years, I was constantly reading. I was very into self-development, very into going off the seminars and following all the, guys, leaders in the sector, who promises change, who promises that you could do this, and then so on. But I would never follow through. The excitement will be for a month, and then I'll be back to where I started again. This time I had a feeling it was different, because I knew your guests, because I knew about you. I had a really strong feeling that this is going to be a different journey, and I was prepared anyway. I was really prepared, and I just took the plunge. And I'm glad I did. And it actually turned out better than I expected. I surprised myself. I didn't know I could do things this way. It's just, everything went, it's just beyond my imagination where I'm at now.
I want to talk about that because I met you at the Super Focus Group 2.5 months ago, and I remember you came alone, and I remember we spoke briefly. And last night, you're on the stage of the Super Focus Group, talking about this incredible journey you've gone through and stop being the victim and all that stuff. And I want to get to that. Why London, Rio?
Why London, Rio? Your story is very powerful. And the guests, the way you pick your guests, and these people are really unique. And each and every one of them changed something in the world, change people's thinking. It's a family, it's a tribe. It's not just one thing, there's many components to it that I knew. And also I'm very lucky to have, since I was a kid, because of my upbringing, I was programmed to feel my intuition's quite strong. That was initially started off protecting myself. Then I realized that I have this unique way of feeling and reading people's energy and it just, in my gut, I knew this was the right thing to do.
Okay. When you made that decision in December to actually go ahead and invest in the course, what was it that pushed you over the edge and said, I got to do this?
I just had 2 failed relationships in my life. And my older son, our relationship was failing in a huge way. Deep down, I knew I had a lot of potential, but I just didn't know how to bring it to life. Started digging really deep, and I started finding these little pieces, and I just didn't know how to put them together to get to where I wanted to go. That's how there wasn't that one thing that pushed me to the edge, but there was a lot of things together. It was a big force that pushed me to the edge that I had to do. That's what it was. I was almost like waiting for something to happen.
Okay.
And it just happened at the right time.
Okay. First impressions of the course. Boom, it all happens. You're watching Module 1. You get in this Facebook group. There's these 60 people around the world you never met. What are the first things you remember about the whole thing?
The very first time, it was quite scary. As soon as I joined the private Facebook group, everybody started saying hello and so on. I waited till the last to do my introduction video. I was so scared. And I was also intimidated because the group had so many different people from different walks of life, academically so strong and successful people in business, and I just felt inadequate. I felt, oh my God, I have nothing to bring to the table. And I actually questioned, and I thought, am I in the right place? These guys gonna think, like, why is she here? Because I had really nothing to bring to the table. And I was so scared, so it took like 100 takes before I could even post that 5-minute video. It was just really scary.
And when was your first big breakthrough, aha moment where you're like, man, this is working and I am starting to work?
From the very first module, for me. Because I was big on meditation. I researched it for years, tried it, didn't accomplish anything through it. And from the very first module, when we had to really get out the comfort zone and do it twice a day, I think that started the domino effect for me. And it all kind of fall into place.
Okay.
From the very first module.
Okay.
Yeah.
You and I had a call
Yeah.
in the first week,
Yeah.
and you were on my team. And I think I remember saying to you, I said, I think you said one of your sons was like your rock.
Yeah.
And I said, Susan, you need to be his rock.
Yeah.
And I took you on my team because I thought you were one of the worst cases. And yet by week 3, you just like, honestly, I thought you were the most powerful person in the whole group. And you're like, I'm taking on life. And like, can you remember what you said to me in like week 3? You were just like, what did you say? Like, I don't know. I'm not scared anymore, right?
Yeah, 4 questions, your famous 4 questions. Suddenly I had no fears. I just realized the biggest enemy was myself. I was my own enemy. All these years, I was the one that actually stopped me from doing the right thing and doing what I loved. That was just a breakthrough for me. Once I realized that was it. Nothing was stopping me. Yeah.
And how do you look at the world now?
Completely different. Completely different. I just feel there's endless opportunities out there. I just need to go and get them.
What's the biggest takeaway from the course? And maybe someone watching or listening is a lot like you used to be, that they might be like, okay, she seems like me. What's one thing that they can take with themselves that might really change their lives?
I think if anyone's watching and they fall into this place where they feel the victim of their circumstances, or maybe they have this cultural background is quite strong, because I had that as I was growing up, and we have these limitations. We think that because of where we come from, because of the education background, or because of the family we have, or the religious background, or I can go on and on and on, people create these limitations. And for me, Life Accelerator destroyed all these limitations, the beliefs I had, these solid and so strong, ingrained, deep beliefs about I'm not good enough, no value, I can't do anything, or I come from this background, my education is not good enough. It literally destroyed all my limitations, and it empowered me that every single one of us have a very special, unique journey. It doesn't matter what it is. We can turn it into a hero story. We can.
What did you struggle with on the course? What was the hardest module?
Hardest one? Kind of the last one, the module 6, where we had to invest and forgive and purge people.
Module 5, I think it was. The
5.
relationship module, yeah.
Yeah, 5. Because confronting my parents and because when you're in a victim mode, you think the whole world's out there to get you, including your parents, you know. And you have this endless bitterness, endless resentment towards everything and everyone. Going through that module gave me a lot of insight into how wrong I was thinking, that I was creating these imaginative feelings that people doing this, or, you know, they ruined my life. I realized that this is just my imagination. Honestly, that was probably one of the biggest breakthrough.
Yeah. New Year's Eve this year, I think we've got a call scheduled like the day before for the whole group.
Yeah.
Who am I going to see on that call? What's Susan doing? What does she look like, act like on New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve, I am going to be a person, have the power to empower other people. I will be already setting up my business and already be running my coaching business. And I would love to concentrate on a very small one idea, which is reaching out to other people who feel that they are a victim, and really help them understand and really help them get out of this zone. And this is going to make me really happy, and I know I can do this, and I know I will. So New Year's Eve would be celebrating my success on this new journey and the new career that I have chosen, with my children, with my family, just enjoying it, and just looking back and reflecting and how far I've come.
I like it. What if we were to walk down the street right now and bump into the Susan that didn't take this course? What's she like?
She's just a depressed, drained, full of resentment, bitter person, upset. I mean, as I was a kid, I was abandoned by my family. They immigrated to UK. This is a very common story for my generation, because a lot of them had to do that. Because they were making a journey to unknown, they had to leave children behind. I know I'm not the only one, but the effect that it had on me was extremely bad, only because the grandparents that took over the role to look after me, they weren't mentally stable, especially my grandma. She wasn't aware that she was ruining my life. She did her best in her own way, but she was not mentally stable. So I developed this melancholia. All my life, I come across a bit sad, and if I if I do get really happy, excited, 2 minutes later I would feel guilty. I'd feel guilty and I'll start questioning what, do I deserve to be happy? Do I deserve to laugh? So a lot of people know me as quite serious. Until you get to know me, I have this mask, quite melancholic, sad looking, serious looking, reserved person. So that's the Susan, that's the walking. If I didn't come to this
I never
course.
met her, so, and I don't want to. To the person watching us right now who's just thinking about taking the accelerator but not sure, what do you tell them?
I would 100% say they should do this as a favor to themselves, because changing your life takes a lot of courage. And I know some people will do it quickly, some people will be ready to do it, and for some people like me, it takes a lifetime. What I know now, I'd say do it, because you've got the support, you've got the accountability, and you've got these beautiful people that believe in you. Because we forget that when we come from a background or the social environment or the family we have, we forget how negative they can be. We forget how they can be judgmental, and because how they know you as, their family member, or they know you for such a long time, they can't imagine this person moving forward and achieving great things. So they always block your way. I mean, even now I get negative comments for what I am doing, why I'm doing this. But that's okay, because you can turn that into a drive, you can turn that into fuel. When now my mindset says, if people are trying to block you or give you negative comments, that means you're doing the right thing. You're on the right track. So I push harder. I'll tell these people, it's easy to give up. It's easy to fall for those people. Don't do it. Don't do it, because long term, you're the one that suffers. So you're just gonna go out there. Yes, it's not easy. It was painful for me as well. But changing anything is painful in life. If you really want to get there, if you really want to have the life you dream of, you need to be uncomfortable at the same time and be prepared. But there's a balance. You're going through a painful journey. At the same time, you've got this beautiful family constantly pushing you and giving you the credit and helping you. This is the reason Life Accelerator is the best course that I ever done in my life.
Susan, thank you so much. It's been amazing watching you. And I mean, our whole team was just like shocked in week 3 when you just made this transformation in front of our eyes. And now you empower us, and now you motivate us. And now we're just like, okay, we want to watch you. So keep doing what you're doing, keep going hard. And I can't wait to see you on that call for New Year's Eve and see everything you become.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.